we've seen how when someone sees a link in Ticker, Newsfeed or Timeline and they click on it and we open a web browser and we show you the object in that case. But how do we provide distribution to your native iOS apps? So let's show you how that works. Let's go into our applications settings again. And if we go to the basic settings, we can scroll down here and you can see that I've configured this application for an iOS app. So we've got the bundle ID, we've got an App Store ID, and then we have these new settings here. Once I've configured my application for single sign-on, then there's this switch here, native deep linking. So this time I'm going to set that to enabled, save the changes, and now let's see what effect that's had. So let's jump back to the Facebook native iOS app. Let's go back to my timeline and refresh. Scroll down, and again, in the activity section, Simon cooked Thai green curry on Simon's Food app. So before we switch that setting, if I clicked on that, we'd open a web view and display that URL in the web view. But now, if I click that, it's going to multitask over to my native iOS app, and it's going to pass me the canonical URL for the object. It's going to pass me my domain /recipes/Thai green curry. And that is received by the application as the URL in the URL, and it allows you to deep link to that piece of particular content within your application. And if this app wasn't installed on that device, what we'd go to is the App Store, which allows you to download and install that app from the App Store, distribution for your native app through social and through the Open Graph. If a user has previously authorized your application, then we're going to pass you a valid access token for the user and the time at which that token expires, and then a parameter called target_URL. And in that parameter will be the canonical URL for the object. In this case, my domain /recipes/Thai green curry. If the user hasn't authorized your application and you don't have a valid access token for the user, then we won't pass the access token or the expiry, we'll just pass the target URL into your application. And at that point, you know that the user came from Facebook and you know exactly which object you should show them in your native app, and you should probably, if you want them to publish an action, authenticate.